listening to Look Who's Talking. This is a new podcast dealing with Head Start focused information. I am your co-host, Cameron Minter, and our host is the wonderful, the fabulous Jessica Coffie. How you doing?
What it do?
Do what it do. What's going on with you today?
Today, Cam, not much. I'm
Not
just
much.
here just trying to make sure, I have a lot of grants right now. So in between this, I'm emailing and trying to make sure everything with the program goes forth.
You got to stay on top of it.
On top.
You're always working, ain't you?
You know what song that reminds me of?
What's that?
Beyonce's
Here we
Love
go.
on Top.
Help us get through
I told
this.
you, each show,
Beyonce is going to be
Beyonce's
introduced
gonna
in
come up.
some manner. Y'all just don't know. Before the show, I prep her with some Beyonce tunes.
Yes.
And Lord have mercy.
You know how she has an alter ego, Sasha Fierce, when she performs? I have an alter ego too.
Okay, we'll go along with
play
it.
her for it to come out.
We'll go along with it. we want to keep her on the wrap. So anyway, it's a wonderful day to be here. It's a wonderful show. We've got some good things to talk about today. And before we do, I think it's time. What do you think? I think it's time for a coffee break.
Coffee break. All right, for today's coffee break, I want to give a shout out to all of the 2023 graduates from Head Start to college, Kim.
Yes.
We have a lot of graduates. We just had our Head Start graduation in Fayette County. We have one tomorrow in Richmond. So there are a lot of Head Start kiddos and parents going to the big school.
How about it? It's a big transition.
Yes, it is. So we want to congratulate all of the new graduates, including our college graduates.
Yes.
We have a few here at the agency.
Really?
About 7 that graduated college. So congratulations to you all.
Congratulations. I think we ought to start doing something for that.
Yeah.
That's
you
a
know
big
what?
deal.
I took everyone's name down. So what you don't know is we are going to do
Look
something
at
for
it.
that.
Look
And
at
it's
him.
going to
Look at
involve
him.
you.
Oh.
That means Cam has some work to do.
Okay.
But on another note, Cam, I have a daily affirmation that I want to say to everyone.
All right.
Instead of holding on to what I or you could have done, you should take action for what you can do.
Okay. I like it.
Yes,
I like it. You can't live in the past and expecting a great future.
that is so true.
That's pulling the opposite way.
So true.
Thank you for the coffee break. And today we have a special guest in the house.
Yes, today we have a special guest. Not only is he a family man, a community engager, and someone whose life has interwoven with the history of the Dunbar Center, but he is also one of our Head Start Policy Council members. He's a community member and on our finance committee. And I would like to introduce to you all Anthony Jackson.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, welcome to the show. We're so glad to have you here.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
All right. He's also working with us, isn't he?
Yeah, he works with us with our policy council.
Look at there.
And we are working on a big family engagement event in October.
Don't say it.
What?
Don't tease it. Don't tease it. What
We
you,
are. That's all I was gonna
is this
say.
hot information out on?
Listen, it's hot on the press.
Look,
Okay,
look at there. Okay.
we out in these streets. We about to be out in the streets. Okay,
Stay in the streets.
That's
Okay.
it. That's it.
what I'm talking about.
Well, welcome to the show. We're so glad to have you here
Appreciate
today.
you having me.
Great job. So, Anthony, what I want to get into first is you've had a title change, a promotion. Let's talk about that. What's your new title with Parks and Recreation?
My new title with Parks and Recreation is Recreation Manager.
Uh-huh.
And with that title change, I have now taken the keys to Dunbar Center.
Okay.
Look at it. He said taking the keys.
Taking the keys.
It's my house.
So what are some of the things that, you do at the Dunbar Center Yeah, just tell us about that.
Well, Dunbar Center is our flagship community center at Lexington Parks and Recreation, our biggest center, our oldest center. Been serving generations of families. I grew up in the Dunbar Center, and we're just trying to make sure that history and the families and generations that we have served, we continue that legacy. So we're open from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Wow.
We have a full weight room. It's free.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Everything's free. I know everybody likes to hear that word free. Yeah, but we have the weight room, and of course we have the gym, and that's kind of what Dunbar is known for is basketball. But we're trying to, not step away, but think outside the box and do more programming for families and youth. So we've recently got our kitchen renovated.
Oh wow!
And it's beautiful.
Okay.
Speaking of kitchen, I just got to tell him, before you came, we were watching your YouTube video of how to make ice cream.
Yes. We was like, what?
We were like, oh,
Let's
hold
listen now.
up. All right.
Yeah, so that was during the pandemic when we were kind of, everything was locked down and closed, and we were just trying to get creative, providing recreation to families that were in the house. And yeah, they tricked me into that.
Hey, we're going to all try it, and we'll let you know.
Listen, it was a good video. We did say, hey, let's make some ice cream.
Oh, yeah, I had some comic. I had to try some comic relief in there, too. So, yeah.
So you know what? I'm sorry. The history of Dunbar, you talked of, you briefly mentioned that. It's an important staple in the community. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Dunbar was one of the only all-black high schools in Lexington. Opened in 1923. We actually just celebrated our centennial.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
At Dunbar.
So that center, that spot where you are now, that is the old high school.
Yes, that is the old high school.
Wow.
During segregation, the school closed 1967. Students were, integrated into all of our other area high schools. And the building sat dormant for a few years until it was purchased by the city, and Dunbar Center was born.
Wow.
Yes.
So that is a historic piece of culture in the East End Center. East End, is that correct?
In the East End, and what's great about it is some of the students, who went to the school come to the center every day.
Wow.
Yeah, so I get to immerse myself in that history, and
You was one of those, right?
Oh, I didn't go to the original Dunbar.
Right. No. I'm saying, but when you were young, were you?
Oh yeah, I definitely participated in the center.
Yeah.
My aunt was the center director.
Wow.
Back in the day.
Full circle.
Right.
Oh yeah, and I took my karate and played basketball, and spent most Friday nights, Saturday nights at the center.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So knowing that, you grew up there, might as well say you grew up there. Tell us about the evolution of the Dunbar Center. What has changed? What does it look like now? Or what do you want to see from it in the future?
Well, the community center model, I think nationwide, has changed. Mm-hmm. So, just keeping up with the times, like, with technology and whatever the kids want has changed. And we're just trying to make sure that we stay relevant. So, for example, we've added an esports lounge to the center. So we have.
I was curious.
We have video games, PlayStation 5 and Xboxes and Nintendos, and I don't know how to work any of them, but I know how to install.
I quit
them.
a long time ago.
Oh yeah, but the kids, it is a great leadership skill for the kids because they get in and they teach us how to use them,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
and they were able to show other kids who don't know how to use them as well, and they've kind of take ownership of that. So that's their esports lounge. We just opened the doors.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do y'all have like a tournament or something?
No,
Look at me trying to get it
we
going.
don't yet, but that is something that we're definitely trying to move towards.
Oh, boy.
Absolutely.
Sign Cameron up.
No, I would be embarrassed. Before, back in the day, yes, but oh man, Dunes was the last game I played.
Wow.
Yeah,
I don't even know what that is.
Right,
I don't know what
exactly,
Doom is.
exactly. Yeah, that's back in the day. But yeah, I would love to see that. That's one of the things that's different from this generation and my generation. we didn't have those gadgets. We had to get outside. That's
Mm-hmm.
why basketball and
All right. Yes.
and physical activity was, important, because mom was like, go outside. Go make up a game.
Absolutely.
What
yeah.
was it? A red light, a
Green
green
light.
light? Yeah.
Green light.
Simon said,
says.
yeah. So we stayed in the streets, but it's different. But I like that you all are even changing the outlook and still catering to the kids, but getting them out of the house and at least coming out and socially engaging.
Right, and we still have those, old school classic games and opportunities. You can't come in and just be in the esports lounge for
Right,
5 or 6 hours. We still try to make sure that kids, get into the gym, play hopscotch and jump rope.
Something.
We had scooters out. The kids are laying on their bellies, sliding across the gym floor. Just anything.
Just to be safe and be kids.
Definitely
Right.
supervised fun, and we still let the kids choose what they do. You're not coming in and we telling you, well, this is we're making you do this at this time.
Right.
No, what do you want to do?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's good.
That's awesome. So what kind of programs are you all running at the center?
So of course we have the open gym, we have the esports. Coming up on the summer, we're having some summer programming. We will be getting in the kitchen and doing some cooking classes. One of my staff members just got her food handler's permit, and
yay.
she's so excited to do that. But
Wow.
even beyond just her teaching the class, with that technology piece, we were able to put a smart TV in the kitchen so we can just pop up a YouTube video
Come on.
Right.
and say, all right, this is what you're going to follow today.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's, that technology guided. We're also, doing some STEM activities,
Mhm.
working with electrical circuits and Legos. I was
Legos.
so surprised on how much kids still play with Legos.
Oh,
Right.
I
wow.
was, and also how expensive they are. But yeah, our kids, they get in there and get the Legos out, and it's crazy the stuff that they create.
That's more
And,
like the
I had to-
science aspect of
Yes.
it, of building something.
So
Absolutely.
I know our families are going to wonder, do you have anything for those kiddos who may be around 4 or 5?
4 or 5 is a tough age, just because the more of them we get, the more staff we have.
Yeah.
But those Lego games, gym activities, where they're able to do stuff that they want to do. A lot of the 4 and 5-year-olds just want to run around.
Yeah.
Right.
So giving them that space to run around, and then we also do lots of arts and crafts.
But they are able to come to.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
You can come to Dunbar 0 through 99 and plus. I don't want to leave out anybody that's 100 years old.
Right.
Yes.
Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will come back with Anthony Jackson.
This past year has highlighted the strength of Community Action Council. Every day, our staff works together to help families recover from this crisis. We're educating children at home and in person, helping parents who lost their jobs, and helping households avoid eviction. Our work at Community Action Council has never been more important than it is right now. So why don't you join us? We have employment opportunities requiring a range of skills from entry level to advanced. Apply online at commaction.org. That's commaction.org.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for? Community Action Council has funding available for those struggling to pay their utilities through the LIHEAP Spring Subsidy Program until June 2nd or until the funds are depleted. You must have an appointment to receive LIHEAP benefits. To schedule your appointment, dial 859-300-6960. That's 859-300-6960.
And we are back. You are listening to Look Who's Talking. And I am here with Anthony Jackson from the Dunbar Center. You good?
I'm great.
Okay.
We about to have some summer fun, ain't we?
Oh, everybody who has ever worked in parks know that summer is go time.
That's your time to shine.
It is our time
Fun
to
in
shine.
the sun.
parks.
No, I know. Hey, just this may be a sidebar because I don't believe Dunbar has a pool. But when is the pools open?
The pools are open tomorrow, I believe.
Look at that.
really?
Look
Yes,
at
they
that.
Oh, wow.
I know we having a ribbon cutting for Woodland Pool. The pirate ship is back.
Wow.
I know everybody has been wondering about the
Yeah.
pirate ship, but the pirate ship is back.
Oh, that's good. You know, I drive by there going to work, and I've seen construction, but I'm like, what could they be doing in this park?
Oh yeah. The
So
pirate
is there any other water parks or anything like that?
Oh yeah, we have Douglas Pool, of course. I want to make sure that everybody gets out the Douglas Pool, please. Woodland Pool, Castlewood, and Southland pools, and then we have splash pads in Masterston Station Park, splash pad at Castlewood and Douglas, splash pad at Jacobson Park, and coming soon we'll have a splash pad in Charles Young Park.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of development going on over there. Have they opened that playground yet?
Yes, the playground at Charles Young
Okay.
is open. And
It's probably one of the nicest playgrounds you'll ever see.
It's very nice and got some unique features. It has a turf slide, which I never heard of.
Turf
There's
slide.
a turf slide is like
Oh, that hurts my heart. I used to play football. Turf slide.
Oh yeah, rug burns all day.
Okay, so you had an event this past fall, the domestic violence visual. Can you talk a little bit about that and how did that affect children or the younger population?
Well, it's just good it's good for the younger population to see people expressing their feelings on domestic violence, not holding those kinds of things in, and it just gives people a chance to get things off their heart, and it's very emotional, and it's a tough one, but it's also a necessary event.
Right.
Yes.
So that was at the Dunbar Center last year, I think.
Last year. Yes.
Yeah.
And that was before I took over, but I was actually able to help out with that event. Yes.
That just reminds me of being able to emote, and in Head Start we have the kids, one of the first things they learn is how to share your emotions or deal with your emotions, and as an adult, adults, that's something that we haven't learned too well. But now
We've
that's
learned to
more
hide
of
our
a
emotions.
right,
Absolutely.
exactly. So now
Yes.
that's more of a focus in schools and preschools in sharing your emotions and sharing your feelings. So
Definitely. I mean, I know a lot of us lived in the era of a lot of males, don't cry.
Right.
If you cry,
Right.
give you something to cry about.
Exactly.
So it's definitely good to promote that it's okay. It's
okay.
okay to be sad. It's okay to be mad.
And I think with what the world just went through with this pandemic, I mean, all kinds of things have been exposed. And those is, sometimes it takes bad things to expose the problems that we're holding on to. But I mean, that pandemic opened up a Pandora's box.
Oh, absolutely.
And it made those things that we had just, like a functioning alcoholic. They have an issue, but because they're able to go to work and you can't see it. But when the trouble hits so much that everything is exposed, that's where
listen,
we
that
are.
pandemic tested my whole gangster.
Right.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I thought I was, I thought I had it all together.
I know,
Pandemic,
right?
I was like, oh.
It exposed people's mental.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
It really
Absolutely.
did. I mean, when you're trapped, and that's the only way I can say it, you're trapped and in fear at that. Yeah, everything's exposed.
I was very fortunate during the pandemic with a lot of things shutting down at Parks and Recreation. They moved people around, and I was moved out to Raven Run, one of our nature sanctuaries, and just being able to be outside for 6 to 7 hours a day. It was so helpful for my mental.
Did you find more people were coming to the parks around the end, like being in the outside area? Well, when we could go outside, but
Yeah, I think our parks attendance exploded. I know, specifically at Raven Run, we had to put it on a registration. You had to register to come to the park, and I mean, it was full every day.
I was gonna say Raven Run during the pandemic. That was the first time I went hiking, and I wasn't prepared.
You went
not
hiking?
prepared. I went hiking, Cam. I was like, I'm tired of being in this house. And one of my friends was like, hey, I'll sign us up to go to Raven Run. And I was like, first of all, it's a park. You have to sign up.
Right.
But that is how crazy the pandemic had everything going.
Wow.
And there were quite a few people out there, but like I was not prepared to go hiking. I didn't know you had to have hiking shoes. Child, honey, my hips felt like they were from 87-year-old woman. I said, what is that?
You're going to learn today.
Oh, I learned, and guess what? I have not been back.
Right.
I love outdoors, though. I love outdoors.
Well, I encourage you to go back.
Yes.
Go back, yes. Because while I was out there, I helped plant a rain garden, and it's flourishing right now.
Wow.
Oh.
I don't get my hands dirty unless it's a baseball field.
Right.
And I'm very proud of my rain garden at Raven Run.
I tell you what, that we were talking about that offset about, like outdoor classrooms and just that being in that environment, just being in it encourages learning. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You see a rabbit running, and that's a conversation. That's a learning opportunity.
Or it makes me think of like when it's raining outside. Most of the times you're like, oh, get in.
Right.
But that is the opportune time for children to be outside and play.
Absolutely. Yes.
To not be afraid of nature
Right.
and what nature does. Like, no, get outside and play in the rain.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Because us boys now, we see a rain puddle. We're going straight for it.
Absolutely.
Feet first. That's what's up.
Well, Anthony, I want to talk, kind of switch gears and talk about some of the partnerships that you all have. There's a big partnership that we're doing. Let's get into that.
Yeah, we have recently, it's been about a year or so, rolled out our partnership program. And our partnership program is where we share our space with our partners in the city. So if you're a partner and you're in need of space and resources as well, we're there for them. So, for example, in Dunbar Center, we have a partnership with a group called Box to Box. Box to Box serves migrant kids.
Okay.
Mostly from African countries.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and they come over on Tuesdays and Thursdays to Dunbar Center. They run around in the gym, get some activity in, soccer. My people looking at the kids play soccer in the basketball gym.
Right.
It was an adjustment, and I was like, "What? It's okay, guys. It's a soccer ball. It's okay."
Yeah.
But just seeing anything different in the gym is always
right. But soccer is big worldwide.
Soccer
you know what I'm saying? We're the only ones that's behind.
I'm learning a lot about that. But then after they play in the gym, they go upstairs to our second floor where we have 3 different rooms that we call our partner space. And then they do learning activities. They bring in guest speakers and, have lunch and just a fellowship. And, it's a great partnership. And we try to make sure that every partner is meeting a community need. We have a partnership application, and that's one of the questions. Are you meeting a community need? And how much is your activity? Is it free? Is it low cost? It has to be free or low cost.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you want participation.
Right. At our center, it has to be.
Exactly.
Yes. So, with the Box to Box, they were able to bring in a lot of their own kids, but we had some kids around the center that were able to sign up with Box to Box, since they were being there.
Right.
And it was beautiful to watch because we had these kids coming in, and different cultures. It's we find it hard to relate, but we try our best. But then these kids see 30 other kids.
It don't even matter.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, what are they doing?"
Right.
Like, let's go ask.
Yeah.
And so we were able to get those kids signed up. We have a partnership with Charlotte Court Basketball. They come in and do a basketball league on Saturdays. I've never seen this many people in the Dunbar gym.
Wow.
Yeah, it gives me anxiety looking at the parking lot. It does. But it is beautiful. It stays full. Coach Nimbo Hammonds runs that, and he does an amazing job. But with that, he charges, and some of that money gets to go back into the center to support kids who don't play basketball. So with that money, we're able to do other things outside of basketball, but it all stems around that basketball league.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's exciting. How can someone become a partner or be able to use the Dunbar Center?
Well, a person over our partnership program is Laura Hatfield, and they can reach out directly to her at lhatfield@lexingtonky.gov, and then they will fill out a partnership application. And then we have a partnership committee. So with whatever center you're getting in, we have a committee at that center who reviews the application, and then we determine whether or not, we want that partner to be in the center.
Got you. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I have some things brewing for the Dunbar
What you got
Center.
brewing?
Listen, Cam, Anthony just said he has this kitchen.
Got a kitchen?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And, my background's nutrition and
Uh-oh.
food. So we have a mobile food market that we are going to bring to neighborhoods that are kind of like food deserts. They don't have grocery stores very close by or within the neighborhood. So, and I'm a cook, Anthony.
You a cook?
Listen.
We need to get you in our kitchen.
Yeah. Our whole team is a cook.
Okay.
We
Come
cook.
on. Come on.
We-
Don't talk about it. Be about it.
Listen, that's why we got this food market, so we
Okay.
can cook out in these streets.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Cooking
Yeah.
in the streets.
I love it.
That's a program right there.
Cooking in the streets. I'm going to come up with a song for that.
Oh, please don't.
Cooking in these streets. Yeah, put me on the ones and twos. But yeah, I'm excited for what the Dunbar Center offers. It's a safe place
Yes.
for people and children in that neighborhood. But not only is it a safe space, you are providing physical activity, and that's something that our culture hasn't always been exposed to.
Absolutely. We provide consistency, and I think that's the most important thing we provide. When you come to Dunbar, my worker, the staff is going to be there consistently, and they're always going to be there to listen and let kids be their authentic selves. You don't have to be anything but yourself when you come to Dunbar. If you don't play basketball, you don't have to play basketball. If you want to hoop, go hoop. You don't even have to talk to us.
Right.
But if you want to talk to us, we're there. We, always lending the ear, always, lending advice. If we can't give it to you, we'll bring somebody in to give it to you. But we just want kids to be safe, not physically, but also mentally safe, and
So kind of what I hear you're saying is not only is it, a place where you can come, get physical activity in, be in a safe place, but there are mentors there. There are people that can guide you, that can have a simple conversation.
Absolutely. And everybody that works there is, background is different. We have some that grew up in the East End area, some that didn't, but grew up in Dunbar doing programming. We just hired our new evening and weekend director, Trudy Rose. Shout out to Trudy. She comes from Chicago.
Oh, wow.
And, came down to Kentucky to go to Kentucky State University, and she just offers.
K-State?
Yeah, who you with?
Oh, my gosh.
She just offers a whole new it's amazing. She's so great with the kids. That's what they come in. Where's Miss Trudy? I'm here too.
Right.
Yeah, good to see you. I'll find Miss Trudy. But she's awesome, and she's young, so she's able to really relate. I think I'm young, but I'm not as young as I think I am.
Right.
But she is, and she's able to relate with the kids very well.
That's great. So we're recording this show just before the holiday, Memorial Day holiday. And it's go time for y'all, right? Y'all about to pull the curtain back and let it all out.
Yes, indeed.
Well, thank you for being on the show today. It's been a pleasure having you, and we're ready for summer. Aren't you ready?
Summer fun.
Summer fun.
Time to shine.
We out in these streets.
Thank you for listening to Look Who's Talking. Thank you for being our
Yes,
guest.
thank you, Anthony.
Thank you for inviting me.
We'll have you back soon. All right, listen, continue to listen and share. Let everybody know about Look Who's Talking.